काय म्हणतो तुला काय रे की तुमचं झालं का तरी बघितलं माझं किती बारीक why getting on bro probably mata જાય network
Workshop and Hackathon community joined to organize the Vardhaman College of Engineering and RGM College of Engineering, India. Now it is my honor to introduce our speaker, Dr. Yetu Rasha. He is a researcher and industry professional specializing in natural language processing, machine learning, and deep learning. He received PhD from National Institute of Technology, Challenge. He is currently associate Vortex Chennai as a senior. It is a global leader in a supply chain visibility solutions where he works on applying advanced AI techniques to real world industry problems. Dr. Raja's research interests focus on multilingual and low resource language NLP with a particular emphasis on fake news detection in Dravidian languages such as Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and Kannada. He has published several peer reviewed research articles in reputed international journals and conference proceedings, including the export systems with applications. With a strong blend of academic research and industry experience, Dr. Raja brings value insights into applying state of the art AI and NLP methods to practical and socially relevant challenges. With a great respect and pleasure, I now invite Dr. Yeduri Raja to take over the session and enlighten us with his talk. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for the nice introduction. I think for the association with Vardhaman College, this is not first time for me. I think this is the second or third time for me. Thanks for inviting me again. Thanks for HOD sir. I think Srinivas sir. Can I start the session?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start.
Yes. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Now my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming to the today's topic, coming to the my introduction, already Madam is gave introduction. I am Dr. Eduri Raja. I am working as a senior AI engineer in Four Kites. Four Kites is mainly supply chain management company. We are mainly working with like global leaders like Walmart and Aero Electronics, like that. Many supply chain leaders we are working with that one. Mainly our work focus on like order delivery and order tracking and everything. We only maintain, and we are the first company in throughout world. Like in 2025, we received the like many awards and recognitions, and we have the best workplace for the industry, for the AI industry. And coming to the today's topic, the topic is from intelligence to impact: how humans and AI will collaborate to shape the global future of work, society, and industry. And now, coming to the current state of AI, if you discuss the beyond basic automation, before AI, what we are doing, like if you do the like PowerPoint, suppose if you take today's my presentation only. Actually, I am busy with many clients and many works. Actually, Sir told me, sir, you need to take the session. But due to busy schedule, simply I spent only 3 hours time for the preparing this PPT. Before AI, maybe it will do. nearly 3 days. Why? Because we need to arrange the matter, and we need to take the images and everything. We need to collect the images, and we need to prepare the PPT and everything. Now simply we can open the Canva, or we can give to the chat GPT, or like Google Gemini. We can get the PPT. This is the like something we call as automation. Not only in education, in many industries now using a now automation is going on. Suppose if you take my company, four kites. Four kites is completely depend upon the AI only. Now we are we are using AI almost 90, more than 90% we are using AI, like AI agents, and we are using LLMs, and we are using SLMs and OCRs and LLMs like that. Now coming to the beyond basic automation, now now slowly we are going to transition from AI as a tool to AI as a partner. Like suppose if you take the exponential growth in computer power. Now previously we have a limited GPUs. In my BTech days during 2007 to 11, I don't know what is vintage GPU. Simply I don't know, okay, like i3 and whatever the dual core 2 duo processor only. Even when I was in MTech, I came to know, okay, there is a GPUs we can use for the gaming purpose only during my MTech times. But during my PhD times, I worked with GPUs only. The main difference between the GPU and CPUs means we can work faster than the CPUs with GPUs. Nowadays, if you want to train the model from scratch, like we call as LLM, large language models, or small language models, or any model, if you want to train, we need like plenty of clusters of GPUs. Like recently, Gemini 3 preview model is there. That model nearly ran 3 months time, nearly 1024 clusters, and each cluster is having 5000 GPUs, and each GPU size is the H100 is H100 GPU is the size is the 80 GB GPU. Like that much bigger GPUs, they ran the models and nearly took 3 months time. Then we got the finally Gemini 3 or whatever the LLM models. Okay, like compared to the previous decade, now in this decade, the computer power is growth is exponential. And coming to the models also, LLM models, previous LLM models in the starting era, only we talked about the text models only. Just whatever we are giving the text, it is giving the answer. Now later, the model is turned into the multimodal logic. After text, they added the audio and they are the vision. Vision means here we call as the images and videos. Okay. Now almost all LLMs, what are the LLMs available in the market like Claude or Quen or DeepSeek, whatever the LLMs, all LLMs are support the multimodal like text, audio, and vision. Okay. This is the current state of the AI. I'm coming to the presentation, today's presentation agenda. We'll discuss the foundations, like defining the human intelligence and AI, and we'll discuss about the verticals, deep dive into some famous verticals like healthcare, finance, and energy transformations, and we'll discuss about the trust in AI. Like this is the most important thing in current days, like trust in AI. Like we'll discuss addressing ethics, alignment, and safety, and global AI governance. And this is the most important thing: intelligence versus impact. Impact means intelligence into intent. The formula is the formula for the impact means intelligence into intent. Suppose what is meant by intelligence? This our own thinking power, something. And intent means we need to do some motivation or something. Suppose our own thinking power and motivation, like intelligence and intent, we'll call the impact. Okay. Now suppose there is a saying here: sustainable impact is only created when human judgment applies the to intelligent to specific ethical goals. How can we create the sustainable impact? When we apply with the human judgment with the intelligence to specific ethical goals. Okay. And coming to the part one, foundation of human AI synergy. And coming to the first one, the human edge, human intelligence. Here, the first one is nuanced empathy, navigating social dynamics. We need to compulsory maintain the social dynamics and creativity. First principles thinking. See, in the human age, uh, if you compare with the AI, our thinking skills are different and AI skills are different. Always we call that is the artificial intelligence only. AI means artificial only. Is a not at any time it is not equivalent to human intelligence. Always AI means artificial. The starting letter A means artificial only. Whatever you are giving supply to the uh, data to the model, if you give the enormous amount of the data, maybe trillion bytes of data you can give to the model to train the model, and trillion bytes of the images and audios, whatever you want to give the model, but still model is not achieving the our human intelligence. Still AI means artificial only. Human intelligence means the natural intelligence. Human intelligence contains the first principle thinking and the reactive time. Everything matters here, even human intelligence. And accountability, more responsibility for outcomes. Humans are the more accountable persons, and they are taking the more responsibility. AI doesn't take any responsibility. Suppose the recent news, I think last week or last week, in the Lok Sabha, some MPs are complained about the Grok AI. Why? Simply, whatever you are asking the Grok AI, simply they are giving the, suppose I want some negative pictures of some persons, it is giving. There is no moral responsibility for the AI, but humans having moral responsibilities. That is the main advantage with the human age. And coming to the machine age, artificial intelligence, force multiplication. Mainly, we'll take the velocity, petabytes processed in milliseconds. In previous days, decades era, if you process the petabytes, generally in previous days we call as the if you take the petabytes of amount of the data, it takes so much time, maybe one day or 1 week or something. Nowadays, if you want to process the petabytes, milliseconds. Simply, if you want to process the 100 GB data, you can use the some data frames, pandas. And if you want more than like terabytes of data, there is a many libraries in Python available, like Dusk, and many are there. Like using those libraries and using computing power, enormous of computing power, like GPUs, we can easily process the data. And scaling, managing billion thread operations. Previously, once upon a time, like I told you, dual cores and core to duo systems. Now i9s are there, and apart with, along with the advantage with the GPUs and TPUs, and we are now like billion thread operations are we are managing. Like the scaling is also like exponential growth from, like if you're talking from about from 90s to now 2026, the scaling is like exponential growing. Now still the growth is exponential only. And precision, like removing biological fatigue from logic, is the precision also, like almost 99.9% with precision the AI is working now. That is the main advantage of AI. Coming to the synergy multiplier, now the efficiency is almost 5x in R&D. Suppose when I was in PhD, I used to written the papers. Actually, we have a access what we call Grammarly. First, we need to write the papers in normal our own English language thing, and we need to put in Grammarly, and Grammarly check the spelling mistakes and paragraphs things and everything, and we need to submit the papers journals, and they are simply seeing. Now, even I also the reviewer for the many journals. Nowadays, what I am seeing, what I'm doing due to lack of time, if I get the any paper for review for me, simply I'll give to the chat GPT or Google Gemini or something. Simply I'll give the prompt. Okay, please review this paper and give some 5 to 10 comments. it is giving the some 5 to 10 comments, and on that time I'm analyzing those comments, and based on the comments I'm checking the paper and everything. If the paper, the comments and what are the paper matter, everything is relates, then I'm giving the, I submit the comments to the paper. Like that I am using even like R&D, like mainly research and development, like generating the new ideas. And like if you want to integrate some algorithms like algorithm A and algorithm B, is it possible? Previously, before LLMs, before AI, if you want to combine two algorithms, something, you need to research lot. Maybe it took 3 months or 6 months, sometimes 1 year also. Nowadays, just much data is available in internet, and through LLMs also. Just search about algorithm A and search about algorithm B, and if it is possible the combination, we can search that one. Like that, we can work in the research and development also. That is the main important advantage with the AI. That's why the synergy multiplier is the 5x. Now the research time also, it's like we are saving like lot. And interaction frameworks. The first one is senatus, division of labor mainly. Okay, here the small works, like the small like data processing works, everything is replaced with AI. And cyborgs, deep integration where AI and human work simultaneously on the same task in real time. The humans working and AI is working same time, and we are checking both outputs. And orchestrates, human managing a fleet of autonomous agents to achieve high level strategic objectives. Now, I'll tell you the one example about Cyborgs. Now, in my company only, in 4 kites, what we are doing means we are processing many invoices like order number, delivery number, and addresses and everything. Now, simply we are depending on the LLMs. And apart from that, we are from every 100 invoices we are taking 5 to 10 invoices, and we are checking manually. Okay, we are checking manually, and we are checking with the same whatever the AI LLM produced the output. We compare both outputs, and if both are matched, then we are going to the next step. Like this is the example of Cyborgs. And orchestrators. Here we have a many agents in 4 kites, like Sam, Polly, Casey, Tracy, and we call it, we have many agents. We work with like these are the all the autonomous agents for the getting the good accuracy for the whatever the way bill processing. This is the best example for the orchestrators. And next one, strategic investment trends. The first one is generative AI core. Nowadays, almost all companies, even the traditional companies also, like TCS and Infosys, these companies also, they're completely moving to the generative AI core. Nowadays, almost more than 92%. I told you now, my company is completely, almost more than 95% we moved to the AI. Now, agentic workflows. Almost all companies are using agentic workflows. And safety and alignment. Why safety and alignment is 55% means here many things are there. We need to use guardrails. We need to use we need to take some ethical considerations, and many things are there. That's why in safety and alignment still 55%, but generative AI core, many companies are using 92% nearly. Agentic workflows is at 78%. This is the investment distribution for the Fortune 500 AI initiatives. And coming to the part two, industry transformations, how AI is transformed to the industry. Coming to the first, healthcare, precision diagnostic aid. Nowadays, whatever we are going to the hospital for the health checkups and something, what the radiologists initially do, they take the MRI or X-ray and something. Now, using, suppose if you take the public hospital like NIMS or Osmania, any hospital, every day nearly more than 10,000 patients are coming as inpatient patients. Suppose out of 10,000 patients, 20% patients going to the whatever the health diagnostics means. Every whatever the radiologist will do, he'll take the every X-ray and he is analyzing. For the analyzing time means, let us say for one case 10 minutes. 10 minutes into, uh, let us assume 100 patients. 10 minutes into 100 patients means 1000 minutes. 1000 minutes means how many hours? More than 15 hours. More than 15 hours means one day patients, if you with manual process, it is taking too much time. Instead of that manual process, if you give the same x-ray to the whatever the algorithm, simply it is analyzing that one. Okay, this is the okay, in this place mucus is there, in this place some hole is there, something. It is analyzing like that. Nowadays, like that, using AI, we are getting 99.9% recall, almost 100% recall. Okay, here we are reducing the 30% reduction in misdiagnosis, and drug discovery also accelerated like anything. I'll say one good example. Last year, I attended one interview. The famous, whatever the drug company, Sanofi. Sanofi is the world's second company in the drug discovery. I attended the interview as an AI engineer. I wondered before attending the interview. That is the pharmaceutical company. My background is a completely AI related. How they are related to my background and their thing, but simply they explain during interview their problems, like simply using AI. They are working like anything. Simply they have enormous amount of data with them, like Sanofi, the Sanofi company. Like they have DNA sequence data, they have a like RNA sequence data, and they have a many diseases, rare diseases data. Now, simply during interview, what they told me means you need to work on the rare diseases using LLMs for like better drug discovery. I wondered like anything. Okay, like that also we can use now. Okay, like that healthcare, in healthcare AI is using. Coming to the next one, finance and markets. Okay, uh, if you are the new traders or newly coming to the trading, analyzing all the portfolios for the companies, and some graphs are there, and we need to understand that candles and many things we need to understand. That is very difficult to us in these times. Actually, whatever the students are in software persons, and that to use the some trading algorithms are there. Using deep learning, we can develop also some using some real time sentiment analysis. Something we can reduce the time drastically. Whatever the invest on the like studying the company portfolios and like thing, and outcome also there's a less than 40% latency in signal execution. And wealth management also we can use, like hyper personalized portfolios and one-to-one advisory for millions of people. And compliance, automated fraud sheets also we can check the automated fraud sheets also. And here using AI, 99% reduction in false positives. That is the main advantage on AI in finance and markets. And coming to the manufacture, generally we call it the cobots on the factory floor. Okay, with robots. Now you know all the I think mechanical people know nowadays, or whatever the car manufacturing companies like Tata and Mahindra, almost all things are doing by robots only. But robots plus AI knowledge, we can improve the accuracy more. Like, okay, we can work with the robots plus AI along with humans. We can get the good amount of accuracy. And coming to the creative industries, democratizing high-end art. Recently, during Pongal time, my grandfather photo is there. He died, I think, 20 years ago. My grandfather photo is there, but his eyes are not visible and his face is also not visible. What I did was simply I took the picture of my grandfather, and even my grandmother also passed away. And simply I took my grandmother picture, and simply using AI, I created that black and white picture to that whatever the beautiful picture, and I added to my grandmother to my beside my grandfather to my grandmother, and I took frame using AI only. Otherwise, you need to go to some artist, sketch artist, and you need to narrate them. Okay, my grandfather eyes are look like this, and my grandfather faces look like this. You need to narrate them. It took so much time, and we need to invest so much amount also. For me, within less than 1 hour only, I need I'm able to sketch my grandfather and my grandmother's photos using A. We can using A in creative industries like this, democratizing the high end art. Okay, but along with the human intelligence. And the main important thing is education sector, education 3.0, AI tutors. Uh, Previous to this company, Four Kites, I worked in one startup that is completely AI tutor based startup only. On that startup, we build tools like anything using LLMs, and we build one math tutor, one English tutor, and now still they are continuing. They're continuing building the tutors like different subjects using AI only. Like previously, that company having normal humans are the tutor, working as a humans as a tutors, but that company is placed in the Canada. There is a time zone mismatch between India tutors and Canadian people. That's why the CEO approached us, and they said their problem to us. Actually, we are facing this much time zone problems and ascent problems and many things, they said. And we came up with one solution, like replacing with the human tutors as AI tutors. And we took many reference, like, and we took YouTube videos, and we created some avatars, and we use some voice cloning methods, and we send data to whatever the AI tutor avatars and everything. And finally, we came up with a solution like complete AI tutor. Like that, we can use AIs in education, like AI tutors and the human mentor. And here, uh, whatever the teachers, we can use as a AI as a side, and for better understanding of the teaching aids and the teaching methods, or whatever you are delivering to the students, we can use AI as a side. Okay, there's a like human mentor. And coming to the sustainability, like climate control via AI, here there is a some uh, glitches there here. Actually, using AI, generally we are increasing the whatever the carbon footprints like anything. Nowadays, every 1 month, all companies are coming, all whatever the major AI players are coming with the new model, like version, like now Llama 4 is there, and Google Gemini 3 is there, and whatever the GPT 5 point version is there. Like every time they are come up with a new version means they are running data centers like anything. If you running the data center and with GPUs, like large amount of GPUs, the carbon footprints are like anything. If you carbon footprints are increasing, again ozone depletion is going on. But that is the one side of AI, and another side of the AI is the climate control via AI. Like uh, we can use in the smart grids to balance renewable surges, like whatever the wind power or solar power something is there in simply we can directly connect to the grid. Sometimes whatever the in summer season, more solar power is there, we need to maintain that surges. In these cases, using the past years data and current data, we can manage the surges. Like that, we can use the AI in renewable surges. Okay, and energy independence. Using AI, nearly we achieve 30% efficiency boost in grids. If you achieve the more efficiency boost in grids means we can save the carbon footprints, and we can save the even electricity bills also. Like many things we can save. That is the main advantage in AI in energy independence. And logistic evaluation, this mainly my company is working in this logistic evaluation, supply chain management. Coming to the previous decade, like 2015, it's simply reactive tracking only. And coming to the 2024, predictive supply chains, we using with some predictive methods in supply chains. And coming to the this current year and future years, self-healing logistics. Now we are using uh, LLMs with self-healing, like agents with self-healing also. Currently, my company, we are implementing the implementing process is undergoing, ongoing, the self-healing logistics. That is the main evolution in logistics. And coming to the next part, the workforce of tomorrow. First one is emerging job categories. First one is the AI orchestrator. We can designing the and managing complex autonomous agent workflows. Nowadays, many companies are doing this one. We need to design workflows, and we need to maintain the like complex autonomous agent workflows, designing and managing everything. That is the very emerging job category. I think you people, students, maybe I don't know whether you are in third year or final year, but compulsory you need to you people are need to focus on these things, designing and managing complex autonomous agent. First, first of all, you can understand the AI from scratch, like you can understand the terminology, and you can understand the what is LLMs and what is the SLMs, how they trained with the data, the how the data, the trained data look like, and everything you can understand from the scratch. Okay, then only you can understand everything like these complex autonomous and agentic workflows. Everything you can understand easily. Otherwise, if you are unaware of the AI, directly you are going to the building to the agent workflows. It is not possible. First of all, understand the essence of AI, then you can go the step by step process. This is a important job category, AI orchestrator. And another, coming to the teaming lead, psychologist focusing on collaborating efficient between humans and MA. AI. Even psychologists also looking this thing. And this is also emerging job, ethics auditor. Even my company also, ethics auditors are there. We need to ensure AI tools remain unbiased. This is the main important thing. See, uh, how the AI tools are biased means it's completely the trained data only. Suppose uh, Vardhaman College is there. Vardhaman College people data is with admin with them. Okay, you are maybe one final year student or third year student wants to create one Vardhaman LLM. Okay, and he gathered the data from the all the Vardhaman College students and everything. Only it belongs to Vardhaman College only. Now already LLM is built. Now you are working with LLM. You are asking some question. It is giving answers. It is biased to Vardhaman College only. If you ask the question about the CMR college or CBIT college or something, it won't give the proper answer. Suppose if it is giving the proper answer, if it gives some answer, but it is biased only. Okay, why? Because the amount of data trained with the completely with the Vardhaman people only. That's why it is the bias with the Vardhaman people. That is the main important thing. Suppose nowadays all the LLMs, suppose if you take the Claude is the French company. If you take the GPT is the American company. And what are the Gemini is the American company. If you take the Qwen or DeepSeek, these are the Chinese companies. Mainly, these companies are trained with their own data, like their geopolitical data, their geolocations data, and everything. And Indian data is the very less. And if you ask the questions related to Indian persons or Indian territories or something, it is sometimes biased. I'm always say that I am always not say that it is not completely 100% unbiased. Sometimes compulsory it is biased. Why? Because the based on the training data. Uh, Recently, the government of India take the initiation, and I think Krutrimam by Ola company and Sarvam AI, Bangalore-based startup. Now they are building Indian-based LLMs using the Indian language and Indian data, backbone by government of India. Hope so. The Indian LLMs are better, and it is unbiased for the Indian people. Okay, and that is the main important thing. And next, transparent. We need to check how much transparent is there. Okay, the best example I already told, Grok. Okay, and complaint with law. Is it the trained model is compliance with law or not? We need to check. Why? Because if I worked in the previous company, that is a startup company, we also build one LLM, the small LLM. This is a 2B model only. But what my CEO told me directly, Raja, don't take any law terms and nothing. Simply whatever we are getting the data from the internet, whatever the scraping the data from internet, simply can try. You can train the model. No need to remove any like sensorized data or any data. Simply put all types of data. He mentioned like that only, and we trained the model like that only. We kept unethical data and ethical data, like we kept the data like anything, and we trained model like that only. It doesn't follow any laws, but it is very dangerous game. We need to compulsory follow the complaints of the law. Okay, that is the main thing. That's why in the coming future, ethics auditors are the plays vital role. Okay, these are the emerging job categories in AI. And the skill shift previously, uh, now coding syntax, we are depending very less on coding syntax. Why? Because nowadays we are using cloud. In my company, to be frank, literally we are using cloud code. We are depending on the cloud code only. Even my leadership team only told us, okay, no need to write the codes from scratch. You need to write the code from scratch, but you need to depend on the cloud code. Okay, that is a one thing. And critical thinking are always important. And the main important thing, prompt literacy. How we can return the prompt to gain the data from the LLMs, that is a very important thing. That's why there is a term prompt literacy here. Prompt literacy means, suppose I'm I'll say one real time example. Now we are extracting waybill data from the waybills. Actually, we want waybill number, address, and container numbers and everything. If you give the prompt like uh, in such a way like that, I want address, I want address is in this format, like in the file is or zip code is in 6-digit format like that, and waybill is in 13-digit format. And okay, container number should be like in the alphanumeric format like that. If you give the a prompt like that, then only the model or LLM can understand easily. Then it will give the uh, correct answer. Otherwise, the model is hallucinated. That's why prompt literacy is very important. Okay, that's why see here, logic and intent are become more valuable than syntax. Now syntax is plays 40% role only, but critical thinking and prompt literacy plays vital role. That is the skill shift. Coming to the AI literacy pillars, the first one is auditing, ability to spot hallucination and errors. This is the very very important terminology and very very important thing in AI. We need to have the capabilities to spot hallucinations and errors. Completely, we can't rely 100% on the whatever the generative AI models. Why? Because at any time there is a hallucination, there is errors. We are facing lively. Okay, that's why maybe human in the loop is compulsory required. We need to spot the hallucination and errors. And next one, safety, protecting personal and proprietary data. This is the second important thing. How safety plays vital role means, suppose you are using, suppose my company is there, we are using third party LLMs. We don't have our own LLM. We are using Claude and Gemini and GPT also. Now we are always concerned about the data. Why? Because we have a customer base data and sensitive information. We need to protect. That is our main primary thing. But we are using the third party tools. Okay, always safety is important. That's why we have another infosec team to check everything. If the guardrails are there in prompts and everything are we are maintaining the properly or the about the data safety, we are checking everything. That is the important thing, protecting personal and proprietary data. And coming to the third one, synthesis, combining AI outputs into cohesive insights. We need to, whatever the cohesive insights are there, we need to combine with the AI outputs, we'll get the good results. And the important thing, the resume of 2027 won't list what you know, but how you integrate. This is the important thing. We don't bother about what you know, but how you integrate with the AI. This is the most important thing. Next, ethics, trust, and alignment. Coming to the next one, the alignment problem. Values in the mission. Okay, compulsory. We need to check our goals are matched with the human values or not. Always we need to check. We need to care about this one. Always A goals are matched with the human values or not. Okay, like that we need to align technical alignment to prevent machines from taking unethical shortcuts to achieve assigned objectives. Okay, suppose we are giving some task to the AI agent, it is working, but suddenly it is using unethical shortcut means a company reputation, everything will be collapsed. That's why we need to take care about the technical alignment to prevent machines from taking unethical shortcuts. This is a very, very, very important problem nowadays. The almost all companies are facing this problem, the alignment problem. Next one, mitigating bias. The first one, diversity, training on globally representative data sets. I told you, na, data sets. Generally, how the AI life cycle is there means how the generative AI model or LLM model will be trained means we are taking the large amount of data. What are the data available in the internet, like from books, from journals, from news sources, and everything. Okay, if you want to, you can see go to the Hugging Face and check the Find Web data. Okay, the Find Web data sets are the mainly training data sets for the LLMs. You people can also the build the LLM using that Find Web data. That is the raw data, unfiltered data. That filter, the data is not filtered, it's not sensitized. It contains the harmful data, it is the biased data, every type of data is there. But during training, we need to use filters to remove the uncensored data and unwanted data, harmful data, and hateful data, and whatever the illegal data. If any data is there, we need to remove using filters. Then only you can train the model. Otherwise, the model behavior we can't expect. Okay, that is the main issue. That's why diversity should be there. And diversity, I already told you, na, it contain the data is should be diversified. It contains the all the languages data, all the countries data, and all the laws. Like Indian laws are different than the Singapore laws. Singapore laws are different. The American laws, all the laws are different. We need to follow those things and healthcare system, everything, every type of data you need to feed to the model during training. That is the diversity data. And red teaming, compulsory during training. Okay, we need to check the outputs aggressively. We need to check the harmful outputs during training. If the whatever the model output is giving any harmful outputs or not. The main problem with the grok is that one only. Now the grok people are facing the same thing. Simply, there's aggressive testing for the harmful outputs. The third one is the human oversight. Okay, final sign off by diverse human panels. We need compulsory. We need to maintain the some diverse human panels, and we need to check the everything, almost random outputs, whether the trained model follows the rules or regulations and everything. That is the important thing, mitigating bias. And next one, the privacy frontier, zero trust architecture in deployment. Okay, and public coming to the public trust in AI. Okay, trust in healthcare AI. Now almost healthcare people, not in India, Europe and whatever the American, Latin American countries and some American country, America, they trusted in healthcare AI nearly 65%, but legal still 35% only. Still, they won't believe AI in legal. It will be changed maybe in coming years. Okay, this is a public trust in AI. Okay, still the significant barrier is there in many human domains. In coming years, it will change. But here, some conflicts there. Suppose I build a model, maybe I trained a deep learning model with the 10,000 X-rays. Okay, my model gives the 98% accuracy every time. Okay, can we say my model is good and blindly we can go for the like implementation? No. Why? Because still there is a 2% mismatch is there. Maybe one patient came, he is a healthy person, but our model recognizes is a non-healthy person. The model is failed, na? That's why precision, accuracy is very important. Reducing the false positives is the very important in healthcare. Not only healthcare, in industry or legal or anywhere. That's why the trained data should be clean and conscious. Okay, the trained data should be clean and higher data is required and good quality of data is required. Okay, then only we can achieve the almost 100% accuracy. If your model is 99.5% accurate, that means still there is a 0.5% mismatch is there. There is a 0.5% non-accuracy is there. We need to take care of that type of cases. Okay. Coming to the next part 5, future frontiers. Okay. The road to AGI. AGI means artificial general intelligence. In 2024, deep reasoning is there, like chain of thoughts in prompts is there. How the this AI evolution comes means in 2017, Google scientists came up with one paper, attention all you need. That is the base pillar for the transformer models. Then 2018, Google came up with the BERT model. There's a encoder model, and after that, GPT people worked, and they came up with the sorry, BERT is the encoder model, and whatever the GPT people came, OpenAI came in the game, and they came with the GPT 1.5 to 2.5. That is a decoder model, and there is a neural translator model also there, like for the machine translation, NMT neural machine translation models are there. There's a encoder decoder models, and completely from 2021 onwards, LLMs comes to the playground, like GPT and whatever the Gemini, and like many LLMs came. And in 2024, again DeepSeek came, and the entire game is changed. And nowadays, almost all small companies are also building the whatever the LLMs, because of enormous amount of power is there. We can take the rent. Even we also develop the LLMs. We can simply no need to buy the GPUs. We can simply take the rent from the cloud, and we have a enormous amount of data is available in Hugging Face data sets. I told you, fine. The best example is the Fine Web 2 data set. Okay, and based on that one we can build the what are the LLM on. But how can we use, that is the main important thing. And 2024 deep reasoning is there, like chain of thoughts. And now current 2026, we are depending on reliable autonomous agents. But coming years, we will depend on the artificial general intelligence. That is the road to AGI, artificial general intelligence. And one of the main prominent in the thing is neurotechnology, high bandwidth interfaces. Already, uh, Elon Musk company is working on already working on this one. I think already three or four people already they insert the chips also. Like the thing is moving beyond keyboards and screens to high bandwidth neural integration. Simply, these interface allow thought to data communication and bypassing biological latency. But it is very critical and complicated. Still, it is in uh, progressive stage only. And this is an important thing: bio AI integration. I already told you now the main companies, what are the pharmaceutical companies like Novartis and LA Lilly and whatever the Sanofi. These companies already rigorously working on AI with their own data. Simply bio AI integration, programming life. Okay, they are designing new proteins and synthesites and synthetic organisms for capturing some important minute things in medicine, and they are developing some programming biological hardware also. This is the bio AI integration. And coming to the next one, strategic roadmap. uh, how the enterprise strategy will look like means, phase one means AI literacy audit and data sanitation. I told you now already complete. Every time data sanitation is important. We need to keep the data clean and ready. That is a data sanitation, and audit is already important. That is a phase one, AI literacy audit and data sanitation. In phase two, process augmentation pilot deployment. We need to augment the process, and in phase two, what we deploy means pilots. Then only next, if it is works properly, then we'll go for the phase three, AI native business transformation. In my forecast, the same thing happens. Now I am working in the models. What I do is I'll take the data from data team. Uh, then I look the data. If the data is messy and noisy, simply again I give back to the data team. Simply they clean the data and they'll do the data audit and data sanitation. Again they give back to me. Then I'll prepare the what are the pilot for the deployment. We'll check the everything in shadow mode with the original things. If the whatever the current process and shadow process is both accuracy are same, then only we'll move to the business transformation. Otherwise, again we'll get back to original thing, and again we are modifying the things. That is the enterprise strategies in phases. In phase one, A literacy and audit and data sanitation. Phase two, pilot deployment. Phase three, the main A native business transformation. And coming to the individual strategy, how you people need to masters in these A, master in AI orchestration skills. I told you now already. You need to, you people, you are the young and brightest minds. You need to people focus on the from scratch onwards. Okay, don't hurry. I need to don't hurry and don't go to directly generative AI courses. First, understanding the essence of the AI from scratch. What is mean by machine learning? What is the models? What is the A/B testing? And from scratch onwards, at least try take one algorithm. Try to build 2 to 3 projects on your own, and build your whatever the GitHub profile strong. Okay, then one by one go to the, then last is the generative AI. Okay, and focus on high EQ, high empathy domains. The many domains are there, like high empathy domains like neurology and drug discovery. Many domains are there. Focus on these domains. Okay, and commit to continuous iterative learning. This is the most important thing. Don't be stagnant. Always do the continuous iterative learning. Okay, this is the individual strategy to go with the AI. And governance safeguards. Impact. Impact is an important term. Managed through transparency and liability only, we can get the impact. Impact means managed through transparency and liability only. Okay. And emerging risk. The main risk is the deep fakes. Today only I saw one post in LinkedIn based on the Sudhamurthy, Rajya Sabha MP. Uh, Someone's created the deepfake videos. Okay, to invest in these companies, will you will get this much returns, you will get this many returns like that. And she came to the media today, and she only told to media people, okay, that is the deepfake videos. I didn't give any suggestions like that. Nowadays, almost all the celebrities, not only celebrities, all the people are facing the issues with the deepfakes. That is the main important emerging risk in using a erosion of visual and audio truth. Okay, using AI, we can't segregate original audio and AI audio. Even we can't segregate the original visual and AI visual. That is the main important emerging risk. And hallucinations. This is the another important decision based on the confidently wrong data. The model confidently says that this is the correct data, but always we need to cross check the model output with our intelligence. Okay. And inequality, the growing compute divide between nations. I told you, na, I think last week, 2 days ago, Trump secretary or something, Navarro, he said, why Chat GPT giving the services to Indians? Chat GPT belongs to the American company. Why Chat GPT giving to the service to the Indians? Like, there's a compute divide between nations. This is also one of the emerging risks. Why? Because already developed countries, they have a large amount of data, they have a computing power, everything. Even Nvidia companies that belongs to the Americans only. Okay, if the Nvidia stops the chip supply, GPU supply, we can't do anything. Completely, we are relying on the GPUs only. That is the inequality. Okay, this is one of the emerging risks. And global GDP growth projections. Healthcare sector, AI impact $450 billion, nearly 25% increasing growth forecast. Finance 380 billions, expecting 18% forecast. Manufacturing also more, like 520 billions, 30% forecast expecting. And there's a one case study, AlphaFold. AlphaFold means like proteins. This one, Google DeepMind's, they solved 50-year-old biological mystery, the protein folding problem, using Google DeepMind. They things. Okay, this is mainly unlocked 200 million protein structures for public research. This is the one of the breakthrough in whatever the protein structures. And my role is, I am working as a like high performance and ethical agent systems and strategic vision. We are developing enterprise through human intelligence with the AI transition, and we are checking with the safety first also. My company and my role. And coming to the impact metric, the only metric we follows the coming years, impact only. This is the only the matters in the coming years, impact. And key policy pillars are mandatory digital watermarking. This is the important pillar. And transparency laws are important. Citizen data sovereignty. The data protection should be important. And the best way to predict the future is to engineer it, not stagnate or something, to engineer it. That is the best way to predict the future. And the 10-year vision, now we are in 2026, agentic mastery we are in. Now coming to the 2020, maybe synergistic economy will be there, and coming to the 2020 35 post shortage era, we don't know what will happen. The conclusion is, we need to move from the capitalism of machine to the potential of humanity. We need to use AI with our own intelligence. We can't completely rely on the AI, but AI with the human intelligence, we can create miracles. Okay. The final is collaborate with the AI. Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity. If any questions are there, please feel you can ask me any questions regarding AI or industry transformations, or you can reach me in LinkedIn. You can follow me in LinkedIn, Dr. Eduri Raja. If you have any questions regarding about your careers in AI or industry, how the jobs in industry, you can ask me. Or the training of the LLMs.
Sir, online questions are there, sir, in chat.
Okay. I'll check. Sorry. Uh, only I think one question.
Under chat, you can check it, sir.
Only one question I think, sir. JPA explain JEPA. I didn't get what is meant by JEPA. Sorry, can you ask again? I didn't get JPA. Ah, can you explain the roadmap of creating an LLM? Okay. For creating an LLM, actually already we have a LLM. You can take the any LLM structure, maybe Google Gemini 3 or LLM, whatever the Llama. Llama is the best structure for the LLM. You can take the LLM, what are the Llama 3 or Llama 4. You can take the base model 1B or 2B. Just you can take that code, and for the data, you can the data is available in Hugging Face data sets. The name is FineWeb 2. Okay, FineWeb 2, it contains the all the language data. If you want English or if you want Telugu, just you need to filter the data and take that data. First, you need to whatever the clean the data. Actually, that is the raw data. You need to whatever the filter the data, and you need to clean the data. Then you need to create the tokenizer. The main important thing is the for the every model tokenizer is important. You need to create the tokenizer your own self, your own. And if you want, you can refer many tokenizer creation algorithms are available in whatever the in the web. You can check it, or otherwise you can reach me through whatever LinkedIn. I'll get to you. And after creating the tokenizer, and we need to train the model. Nowadays you can train with the models with the lesser GPU also. With the 24 GPU also you can train the model. You can rent the GPU. Maybe many cloud providers are there. Hardly it will take, if you take the 1 TB data, hardly within 1 week you can train the model. Then after training the model, that is the raw model. The model does just it is giving the next word prediction only. After that one, you need to take the whatever the data set, alpaca data set, something like input output question pair data set. You need to train the model. Suppose if you want to the healthcare model only, you need to take the healthcare data input output question pair, and you need to train the model. Then the LLM acts as a healthcare LLM. Or if you train with the law data, the LLM acts as a law LLM. Like that, you need to create the LLM. That is the roadmap of creating an LLM. You can refer. There is a one famous scientist is there, Sebastian Rashaka. He is giving the roadmaps and everything in you, whatever the YouTube videos are there. You can refer that one also.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes sir. Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, yes, sir.
I'm Dr. NCH Ravi, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to know step by step learning process for LLM tuning to a concerned industry like pharmaceutical, drug discovery, etc. And
Okay, sir.
I heard in December, just in this December, Meta released a new architecture which overcomes LLMs. That is JEPA, Giant Embedding Predictive Architecture,
Okay, sir.
which guesses the future, not like LLM word by word selection. Uh, I want to know more about it, but no material is available much. Could you help regarding this guide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming to this one, there is a now the new models also coming LCM, sir. Large context models instead of LLMs, instead of large language models. The new models also coming large context models. These models also developed by Meta only. Still, it is in research state. Maybe we'll expect in this year or next year. Instead of the word by word embedding, it is the taken entire para is the one embedding, sir. That is the one thing. And if you want to completely align with the pharmaceutical, you want to, if you want to like suppose drug LLM, if you want drug LLM means we can take the any base small LLM, sir. Now 23 1B model is there, sir. This small LLM, that is a base model. You can take that model and you can take any 24 GB GPU as a rent in cloud. And there is a pharma data is available in Hugging Face data set, sir. Suppose you want to work on the maybe Parkinson's disease data. There is a Parkinson disease data available in the Hugging Face data sets, and PubMed and many data sets are available, sir. You can take that data and you can align with that whatever the LLM training data, and you can train with the fine tune with the base model, whatever the Quen 3 1B model. Okay, then your model acts as a completely for the pharma model, sir.
Sir, any URLs or PDFs regarding learning this LLM tuning? Could you help? Could
Sure,
you
sir.
send?
Sure. You can reach me, sir. Maybe I'll send my mail ID. You can just reach me. I think my number also available with Imran sir and Srinivas sir. You can reach me, sir. Surely I will help you, sir. In chat
Okay,
box,
thank you, sir.
I will type my mail ID, sir. You can reach me via my mail ID or through my phone number. Surely I will help you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, reaching me, sir.
How to do, sir? Any opportunities in doing postdoctorate or research assistants in Europe or on
It's
this
very good, sir.
LLM?
Actually, I am following many machine learning forums, sir. Daily, for the postdoc opportunities, at least daily, I am seeing 5 postdoc opportunities in good universities, sir. Like University of Copenhagen and Denmark and Netherlands. Many universities I'm seeing, sir, in like postdoc opportunities. I'll share that one also. Just you can reach me, sir. I'll share that one also. That link also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Another question, which models are now in creating an LLM? LLM is, there's a separate even, like in recent times, we used to use RAG a lot. Okay, RAG, RAG is the different case. LLM plus RAG we can use. Which models are trending now in creating a LLM? Like in, LLM is, we can, creating the LLM is different case and using the LLM is the different case. Creating the LLM means we need a infrastructure, we need the data. But using the LLM means maybe now many open source LLMs are there. The best open source LLM is the, I told you, the Quen 3. Quen 3 is developed by Alibaba Group. That's the best open source model so far I saw. Actually, it is very good for the text. It is very good for the audio and video also. This is small models also there, 1B model and 2B model, 3B models also. You can play and you can experiment with those Quen 3 models. And we can use RAG along with the original LM model plus RAG. Thank you, sir. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the talk on from intelligence to impact. Your in-depth knowledge and clarity of the presentation on LLMs, trust in AI, and you have given so many examples related to the neurotechnology and bio AI integration also. And once again, we thank you, sir, for sharing your expertise on LLMs and for sparing your valuable time to with us today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lord.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Hope I am audible.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
It is my privilege to have Dr. Srinivas Rao Perla with us today, and we look forward to an insightful and enriching session now. It is my honor to welcome and introduce our speaker, Dr. Srinivas Rao Perla. He is presently associated with Saint Limited Hyderabad in a technical leadership role where he contributes to advanced technical training, industry oriented skill development, and capacity building for engineers. He has over 2.5 decades of experience in training and teaching related to CAD CAM, manufacturing, CNC programming, robotics, quality engineering, research and development, and emerging technologies. He published many research papers in international journals and presented at multiple national conferences. He received a Best Manager of the Year award for the 3 consecutive years in 2008, 9, and 10 at Saint Limited, Hyderabad. And he awarded the Mark of Excellence in 2017 and 2020 at Saint Limited, Hyderabad. He is featured speaker on DD Adagari TV channel's program IT Trends focusing on career counseling and opportunities in the IT sector. Delivered over 70 sessions across the India, Singapore and USA on Industry 5.0 next generation technologies, Industry 5.4, Future Skills 2030, AI Singularity and building a future ready workforce. And he is a founder and president of NGO Tadastu Foundation, serving 120 children and 50 elderly individuals for 12 years. With great respect and pleasure, I now invite Dr. Srinivas Rao Perla to take over the session and enlightening with us the address. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam, for the warm welcome. I am grateful to be here and would especially like to thank the management and the organizers for inviting me to interact with such a wonderful budding engineers. Very good afternoon once again. So, hope my audio is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if anyone actually in the audience or actually organizers help me to coordinate, I have 4 questions to ask these audience. If they are actually able to answer it, I'll be happy. So can anyone help me, or it will become a monologue? So your choice is between monologue and dialogue. So what is actually good for you? I would like to know. Can
Yes,
anyone
sir,
help
you can
me?
ask. You can,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, then let me share my screen. Please let me know whether actually the screen is visible. You are
Yes,
able
sir,
to
it's
see.
visible. It's visible, sir.
Yeah, folks, I'm very much confident that I will contain you in next 1 hour or so. because actually this is most happening place in the industry. Why I'm actually calling it as beat the bots is like, no longer human being is a competitive for you or a competition for you. The competition is now bots. So if you have a manager, your manager will have 4 humans and 4 bots. So you have to work with or start living, co-living. You know that actually Gen Z words, right? Co-living. So you have to co-live, not with a girl or boy. It is now with a bot. Okay. So let me move on to the presentation. So here the question actually, let us relate the technical jargon to today's digital transformation world. If I relate to some daily life examples, then you may actually better understand, appreciate the importance in the industry and also as well as in the career. So I'm trying to relate this to the new, the daily life examples. So what is the new oil in the age of digital transformation? What is the new oil? I want some answers. So organizers, please help me to shout out the answers you receive or the response you receive from the audience. So what is the new oil? You know, petrol, diesel, okay, all those things are actually oil, right? So, but now in digital transformation world, what is the new oil?
Sir, few answers in chat window, sir.
Can you read out, madam? Actually, I am presenting it. I may not be able to read it.
Electricity,
So, let me use, no, not electricity.
internet,
No, someone said data.
data.
Yeah, you're right. So appreciate yourself, pat on your back. The data is the new oil. Okay, then I have only 4 questions. Don't worry about it. This is not a question and answer session. So I want to actually know the pulse of the audience. So what is the new electricity? What is the new electricity? If you relate these technical jargon to the daily life examples, you'll be able to appreciate the importance of these technologies, tools, and this is useful for your career as well and for also for the industry or to understand the industry. Any responses, madam? What is the new electricity?
Sir, is it AI?
Yeah,
AI?
right, exactly. AI is the new electricity. Very well. Okay, thank you. I'm happy that at least I'm getting some responses. Okay, then what is a new nervous system? What is the new nervous system?
Sir, neural network?
No,
Models,
no,
neural networks,
no. The neural network itself
deep
is a
learning,
neural network. See, when data is the new oil, AI is the new electricity, then what is the new nervous system? The technology I'm talking about.
Sir,
Somebody
internet.
says fuzzy logic. No. Internet is no. So you'll be surprised IoT is the new nervous system. Okay. So they're all interrelated, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary terms. So all are interrelated, superimposed. Okay. When data is there, then only you can actually play with AI or ML or DL. And IoT is there, sensors are there. Then sensors will give you a lot of data, voluminous data. Okay. That data has to be processed by applying the neural network, whatever you are saying, ANN, CNN, or computer vision, or whatever is. So this is the last question. I want you to be like, be correct in this case. Most of you should go right. If the data is the new oil, then what is the new rocket fuel in the digital transformation or in today's world? This is the last question. Any luck? If the data is the new oil,
data
then
science,
no. Somebody
someone
says
has written algorithms,
algorithms, no. This is actually a technology, right? See, IoT.
LLMs.
No, madam. Cyber security, somebody said no. The rocket fuel is how come actually cyber security is a rocket fuel? It is actually rocket fuel is actually helping you to boost up your work, right? Don't go to the literal meaning of rocket fuel.
Information.
Refined data, no. Internet,
Information.
no. Sorry?
Information.
No.
Intelligent applications.
No, madam. However, I want actually this generation particularly should go right, but I'm surprised. However, let me help you here. Okay. If the data is the new oil, then generative AI or Gen AI is the new rocket fuel. See, there are almost 2,000 applications right now in the Gen AI space. While we are talking, there might be actually one added to the 2,000. Approximate number. I'm not really exact number, approximate numbers. That shows, like, everywhere, in the earlier session, I was actually attending Raju Garu, that he's talking about that creating a presentation is now within no time. While taking coffee or while having coffee or while finishing the coffee, you can just finish your work within 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or within no time. Okay. So the generative AI is now everywhere, like ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Canva, and whatnot. You have every what's called a fancy name to the generative AI. So the generative AI at this moment is a rocket fuel. Okay, thanks. For us, everything actually what we need is automation, analytics, and artificial intelligence. We will actually discuss this while we are discussing on few topics. I'll help you to understand these things actually in the later stage. Then there is an artificial intelligence versus intelligent automation. Earlier, automation was dumb. No data was actually coming from the automation. We just automated some process, nothing is coming up. In the industry also, the right now intelligent automation is actually picking up. For that, you need cognitive sense that actually makes AI will help you in terms of that. So, as I said in the opening remarks, who is your co-worker? Who is going to be like your co-worker? A bot or actually a software bot is going to be a co-worker, and you have to be ready by at least 2x. Okay, in terms of current capacity to beat the bots. So as I said, man and machines need to work together collaboratively. That's the reason nowadays people are not calling it as robots. We are calling it as cobots. Cobots are collaborative bots. Robots are actually, the old name. You can only see in the museum after a few days. So I want you to be ready to work along with the bots or machines. Okay. This is actually the very interesting stage. Are we following the evolution or are we following the revolution? Let us have an example. See this. We used to have vintage analog phones like dialing, okay, on ting kind of things, and then some fancy digital number as it appears here, whether it is a receiving call or a timer or something, which is a enhancement. So that step by step progress is evolution, and non-linear is a revolution. So in this case, this is a revolution. Now you are actually nowhere connecting to a wire, right? It's a wireless phone or a Wi-Fi phone or cellular based, SIM based, okay, or satellite phone, something like that. Now everywhere this is evolution and this is revolution. We are actually undergoing this. So the technologies, there are 30 different technologies that are disrupting the entire world at this moment, and those 30 are revolutionizing like anything, and the technology itself is disrupting. So one technology is disrupting the other technology, or itself is also disrupted. That is the beauty of this. So you can see here in the 17th century, we used to have water and steam power. Let me take my pointer over here. So in the 17th century, as I said, Industry 1.0 was talking about water and steam power, whereas in 18th century, the Industry 2.0 was talking about mass production and assembly lines. And 19th century, electronics have introduced and electronics automation has come, okay, PLCs, all those things. And then fourth industrial revolution in 20th century, all talking about cyber physical systems. I'm going to explain you what is a cyber physical system with the help of some videos. Okay. Before that, let us see how digital transformation is changing the world. So I'm playing a video here. I'm not sure whether the auditorium has a very good facility of sound system or something, but let me attempt. So somebody has to help me whether actually the video and audio is transmitted properly.
Once upon a time, business.
You're able to see the video and audio? Someone can help me? Hello, you are on mute.
Yes, sir.
It's
You
fine,
can
right?
play, sir.
Shall I
Yes.
start play?
Yes, sir, you can play.
Okay then, thank you.
Once upon a time, business as usual was often good enough. No more. Where we are going, good enough is dead. In a world where everything is connected, where everything is equally excellent, where performance is reaching perfection, there's only one space left to innovate in: you. Right now, you are a central point in the raging tornado of change fueled by digital augmentation, disintermediation, automation. Well, the list goes on. Science fiction is becoming science fact. Think about self-driving cars or computers that can learn and think. The way we work will never be the same. The skills we need will be dramatically different. Winning or losing are now happening faster than ever before. So what's your response? How will you discover new opportunities in one of the most transformational times in human history? Are you driving change, or are you being driven by it? Disruption has become the new normal. With change, it's always gradually, then suddenly, well, things really have stopped happening gradually. This change is exponential. Everything that used to be dumb and disconnected is now wired and intelligent. Cars, cities, ports, farms, even our bodies will be wired with sensors and will talk to each other. These game changers are also combinatorial. They amplify each other, creating a perfect storm of change. Quantum computing fuels big data. The Internet of Things fuels artificial intelligence and deep learning, which fuels robotics. However, anything that cannot be digitized or automated will become extremely valuable. Human-only traits such as creativity, imagination, intuition, emotion, and ethics will be even more important in the future, because machines are very good at simulating, but not at being. Yes, robots and software will do some of our work, but this will allow us to focus on things that cannot be automated. To imagine change squared, you've got to start engaging more with what might be, not just with what is. Immerse yourself in the immediate future, 5 to 7 years out from today. We need to go beyond technology and data to reach human insights and wisdom. Technology represents the how of change, but humans represent the why. The future is about holistic business model. The opportunity is to be liquid, to learn just in time, not just in case, not single improvements, but complete transformations, not individual systems, but new ecosystems. Humanity is where true and lasting value is created. We will engage, relate, and buy things because of the experiences they provide, because of their transformative power. The future doesn't just happen, the future gets happened. The new way to work is to embrace technology, but not to become it. The future is in technology, yet the bigger future lies in transcending it. Let's live and lead from here.
So this particular video is available in the internet. You can actually go through it. As I said, like in the industry, what was actually the video was talking about? Science fiction. We used to watch in Hollywood movies, right? Like robots, okay, and many things. So that actually is now real. And you can talk to an autonomous vehicle. You can debate while you are traveling from your office to home or from college to home, something like that. So I also want you to understand that the speed at which the technology is changing, it is changing exponentially, astronomically. Okay. People are confused, as I said, to say that this is an evolution or revolution because that actually the speed of change. That means the engineer's responsibility is now pressurized to build up, to cope up, to meet the innovations and deliver to the market. I repeat, the engineer's responsibility is now building up a pressure to deliver innovations to the market. So if you know that if you are aware, at least aware, if you are aware of what is happening at this moment, then your preparation altogether will be different. What kind of skill set you should possess, what kind of actually the revolution is happening in the industry. So in the industry 5.0, more of personalized automation or autonomous manufacturing is happening. I'll explain you this in a picture. I think I don't have this, looks like. See here. As I said, robots are no longer, nowadays industry is talking about cobots. Here, if you can observe, like there is a printer cartridge is getting assembled over here. Printer cartridge. So there is a camera over here, and people like you have built the computer vision over here, and it is going to interact with the operator. It actually knows the cognitively. It is going to be a smart companion. It's a companion, smart companion. So here you can see that it is picking a particular component and giving at the right time. So the man and machine has to work together. That is the need of the hour. And the program or algorithms or whatever the LLMs that you are talking about, neural networks, whatever the program is, actually this is programmed by students like you. Okay, this is one. So let me switch to this. Hope I'm audible. So imagine the future that in your daily life, if you come across many roles like the consolidators, aggregators, okay, information providers or data keepers, those will fade away. No longer. All routine and repeated tasks will be automated. Okay. And as I said, rule-based tasks, okay, all are be automated. So, for example, you will find robo teachers, robo lawyers, robo doctors, and this is not fiction, my dear friends. This is science fiction. Science fiction is becoming science fact. All dumb things are becoming smart, intelligent, wired, connected. Okay, the best example is autonomous car. Industry is looking at now deep generalist, not a specialist, because this is a multidisciplinary world. You should know what is AI, what is ML, what is IoT, what is cybersecurity, cloud computing, edge computing. Okay, AR, VR, XR, MR, like virtual reality, extended reality, mixed reality. Okay, I will show you one video where I will explain you all these concepts. Okay, like AR, VR, XR, MR, IoT, AI, and cybersecurity, 3D printing, everything. So in the video also, humans will have edge over imagination, creativity, intuition kind of roles, and strategy with insights. This is very, very important, that computers cannot copy you in terms of imagination, creativity, and intuition. That's the beauty, and we have a good news over there. As I mentioned, there are 30 different technologies that are disrupting the entire world. I have developed an acronym for myself. This is only for myself. This is not an international acronym. Okay. So as I said, VR, XR, MR, AR. Actually, AR should come first. Okay. Then IoT. So what is that acronym I have developed? Is Virat CCMP. This is the acronym, my favorite acronym. Hope you are able to see this. Okay. So V stands for VR, XR, MR, AR, IoT, R for RPA, you know, the software bots, then A for artificial intelligence, then T for 3D printing, okay, then C for cloud computing, okay, cyber security, then M for mobile, Android, or actually, you know, the iOS or whatever, and the B for big data. Big data is no longer a topic. Blockchain is the new term now. This is the, out of 30 different technologies, these are the common technologies that I picked up, and we are all working. My company and me myself, we are all working on these things. Okay, I'll show you examples of this. Oh, maybe this is actually I have created. Okay. See here, you can actually look at this, how innovation is happening. There are 6 different waves. Okay. See here. Same industry revolution and innovation cycles, but this is a bit different. Innovation cycles. Water powered manufacturing, paper, textiles, iron, something like that. And then second wave, steam, rail, rapid industrial growth. Let me take the pointer. Third wave. Third wave is electricity and assembly line, and fourth wave is aviation and early digital computing. So when we are compared AI with electricity, you know the life before and after electricity. Like you ask your parents or grandparents, life before electricity. Okay, and you know now life after electricity. Okay, so the kind of speed at which actually the technology is developing astronomically or rapidly, this is actually the difference between before and after. Okay, you should read as a student or as a faculty, you should read at least an hour per day. And then fifth wave, you know, the internet. Without internet, nothing. Now people are actually going to de-addiction centers if there is internet failure in that particular city. Okay, they're shivering. So you know, without having a mobile phone, I can't stay at least, you know, next 10 minutes. Oh man, this is we got addicted to these gadgets, okay, like anything. And the internet, fifth wave of innovation, the fifth wave of innovation is talking about internet, globalization, digital information. Sixth wave is AI, IoT, robotics, clean technologies, green technologies, predictive analytics, and digitalization of physical goods. So, Philips is working on a coffee vending machine. You know, normal coffee vending machine, when you go there, you will have a chocolate coffee or coffee or tea. You just press coffee, then it will give you coffee. But three of you, one wants strong coffee, the other one wants with double sugar, third one wants with some cream on it, something like that, or black coffee. So the information is fed, it will read you based on your person who is operating the vending machine. It will give according to the taste. For example, I need black coffee, or I take always black coffee, then I go there and then press, it will give me black coffee only. This is called hyper personalization. Then tell me now the engineer's job. So you can't follow your seniors, you can't follow your brothers and sisters and cousins, okay, who have passed out of this college. You are going to enter into a different challenging world, and the jobs are yet to be created. The job description is yet to be created. Most of the jobs. I'm scaring you, but I'm actually trying to caution you, warn you that you should prepare well and possess the different kind of skill set, and it will not actually no longer you can follow your seniors. That's actually the ultimate bottom line. Okay. So as I said, like there are 30 different technologies that are disrupting the entire world, right from the artificial intelligence to clean technology or green technology, advanced materials, nanomaterials, 3D printing. Even some universities are working on 4D printing. D is a time there. Okay. And then cyber security, voice assistance, cloud computing, edge computing. You can see like no, the autonomous cars will have edge computing, cloud computing, cyber security, and early warning systems. Okay. And zero vision with sensors, with a lot of data. Okay. The data that generates actually by an autonomous car is 25 GB per day. That is the volume of the data, the velocity of the data, the like no Herculean task. It is actually to assess and to take whether it is left or right direction. Okay, while you are driving an autonomous car, you want to go left or right. You need to analyze so many things. Vehicle to X. Vehicle to X means vehicle to pedestrian, vehicle to a tree, vehicle to a road, vehicle to a road repair. Okay, all data. Here, everything is data. You have to play your AI or ML model on data. You know better than me. Without data, nothing. And even now, today's economy or industry is facing lack of data. The right input, the what actually we have saying in computers, right? GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If your prompt is wrong, then ChatGPT will give something wrong, or actually in the program input is wrong, then you'll get garbage only. So garbage in, garbage out, GIGO. Also, why we are talking about AI ML now? It is actually 1950s. We used to actually work in a laboratories on AI and ML. That time we were actually calling it as something else. But why now we are talking about? Because the computing infrastructure is multiplied, okay, like anything. It is now available, as one of the speaker in the afternoon was talking about GPUs. So CPUs versus GPUs, you should know what is happening in the NVIDIA or actually no NXP semiconductors, something like that. So let me show you. This is the AI engineer learning path. You must be knowing it by now. I'll tell you what is singularity. This is next 100 years. Okay. So what is Moore's law? Can anyone help me with Moore's law? I want this answer from the audience. So I'll be double charged if someone answers this. Hope someone is answering. You want me to check the chat? Hope I am audible. So what is Moore's law? If computer and electronic students should always actually tell what is Moore's law. Now it is actually getting refined by the industry, but however, so the Moore's law is like the number of transistors on a microchip doubles every 2 years with the cost becoming half of it. This is what actually the beauty of this is this. Yeah, this. Earlier, okay, when I was working in ISRO, the 5 MB hard disk drive was like this. Okay, but not in 1956. I have worked in 1993, but still the size of the hard disk was actually half of it or something. Like we used to take a crane and then send it to the data center. Now what is 1 TB? See, 5 MB versus 1 TB is so much, right? Like multiple. Okay, the fingertip, if you can put it on fingers, right? Tip of your finger. The electronic computer, a bedroom sized electronic computer used to be there in the department, but now the Android are actually the what do you call, sorry, Arduino board or your experimentation, like in your laboratories, you find this. Okay, a simple device is as good as faster as this. Okay, this is because of the Moore's law. This is happening because of the Moore's law. Okay, you can see that the micrometers to nanometers. Future is now people are working on 2 nanometers, 5 nanometers, something like that. Okay. Now I will show you one video, then I will explain to you the principle of that. So can someone help me whether video and audio is actually audible or not? That will help me. This is very interesting. Watch like a movie, huh? Bahubali or okay, Triple R. Madam, is actually video and audio both are transmitted. Someone has to help me with this. Can someone help me in the chat box whether audio and video is transmitted? Okay, thank you. So please watch this. This is a live example in the industry. I will explain you each and every part of this.
Operator, a change in my mission is causing damage to my HP turbine rotor.
Okay, Twin, help me understand the problem. What's your operating profile?
In past 6 months, my number of cold starts is 4, my number of warm starts is 8, my number of hot starts is 39. The number of start-stop cycles has increased by 27.5%.
Twin, tell me about your rotor damage.
My damage rate has increased by 4.0 times over last 6 months. If this continues, I would lose 69.9% of my useful life.
Twin, give me options for mitigating that rotor damage.
Based on weather forecasts, historical data, fuel cost, electricity pricing and my present condition, I have two options for you to optimize operations. Option 1 is to manually slow down my startup ramp rate so that you can reduce the wear on my rotor. Option 2 is to download the OpFlex app and apply stress controls to minimize wear and reduce fuel consumption too.
Twin, give me the factors you use to calculate option 2.
I used my past 15 years of historical data, fleet learning from 125 other D11 steam turbines like me, and 58,965 simulation runs to get this recommendation. I'm 95% confident of my assumptions.
Guys, you are not watching in a Hollywood movie. This is a real story.
Twin, I need a financial perspective. Tell me about the numbers.
The numbers look good. We can reduce stress by 25%, which brings the damage rate back to normal range. Startup fuel cost will go down by 40% and startup time will be cut by 50%. You will also avoid $12 million by preventing an unplanned outage.
Twin, okay, I select option 2. Let's do it.
I'm initiating option 2, which is Flex Start. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. What you saw just now was not a glimpse into the future. This is happening now, today. This is a representation of a D11 steam turbine that's currently running in Southern California. We call these representations digital twins.
Okay. Let me explain you what is digital twin and then come back to this. I will also help you what is singularity. That is very important for the industry people, for the even college going girls and boys. You need the knowledge of singularity. I will explain you after this. If I forget, please remind me. Okay. Very important thing. The particular video is talking about a steam turbine. A steam turbine, or you think that actually there is a steam turbine here and there are moving parts, okay, or some temperature, pressure, okay, something like that, and all sensors. So this is a physical world. Digital twin is a CPS, cyber physical system. People also call as virtual twin. Okay. So the physical component is somewhere in Singapore and digital component is somewhere in Hyderabad and located in Vardhaman College. Okay. So the sensors in Singapore are actually connected to the turbine. It actually gives you sense the data and push data to the digital model. In the digital model is over internet. This happens over internet. The data transmits from physical to digital over internet. Then IoT comes here. Okay. So sensors and IoT. Okay. Sensors is a subset of IoT. Okay. So then IoT gives you a lot of data, whether it is a pressure, temperature, or a humidity, or anything. Okay. Or a vibration. Okay. Or a noise, something like that. So that data we have to aggregate it, analyze it, and take some insights and communicate to the people who are in Singapore from Vardhaman College, saying that this particular component will have a wear and tear of 2 years or 3 years or the remaining life of 2 years, 3 years, or 1 hour, something like that. You need to change the gear oil, you need to change something, you need to replace the part, or you need to shut down the entire equipment. So this data transmits over internet to this digital system, and then we analyze and we take analytics. What is this data? The data is a primary source for the ML model or a deep learning model or anything. It can be voice, text, image, okay, anything can be a data, right? So that data is analyzed and insights means the decision we have to take, whether to shut down this equipment, whether to run this equipment, something like that. Okay. So this is what actually, there are some sensors, actuators, gives you information, and this completely your part, the computer science, electronics, okay, part. This is a mechanical part. Think that is a mechanical part, okay. So you need to create the data, communicate the data, aggregate the data, assemble the data, and then analyze it, and then take decisions. This is how a digital twin, a cyber physical system works in Industry 4.0 or 5.0. And here the AI and ML plays a role. And he is talking to a digital twin, which is a machine learning model. He is talking to a machine learning model.
What you saw was an example of the human mind working with the mind of our machines. What's a digital twin? It's a living model that drives a business outcome. So this model gets data, gets operational data and environmental data, and constantly updates itself. It also can reach into the fleet, the 125 D11 turbines.
So the historical data also it takes and gives you insight whether to shut down this equipment, run this equipment, or it is profitable. It's like a CEO. That particular machine learning model is a CEO. It takes decisions to shut down, run, or discard, something like that.
And it acquires knowledge from them and learning from them, and it incorporates this into the model. And it uses this to drive business outcomes. It can drive outcomes like it can.
So if you are aware that how you are helping the business, then your preparation altogether will be different. That's actually the point over here. So where are you going to use AI, ML, IoT, cyber security is the matter here. So all 25 turbines are connected to a central location and the data is pushed to that particular location, and ML or AI is applied on it, and insights we take and take decisions whether shut down plant 1, plant 2, plant 3. And here cyber security comes, cloud computing comes into picture, edge computing comes into picture, IoT comes into picture. When there is IoT, sensors are deployed. Data is everywhere. The data is flowing from one part to the other part. Okay?
Predict, or it can warn us and then predict failures to reduce maintenance cost and unplanned outages. It can give us the ability to optimize or provide mitigation events when we find out that we have these type of failures. And it can also allow us to forecast opportunities and actually benefit from these opportunities. So let me step back and actually walk you through what occurred in this digital twin in a very simplified way to give you a warning like this hybrid model and other machines then can act precisely to give us these.
This is a GE predicts model. Okay, you can actually watch this on internet. This is a public forum. Okay, that's what the information is available on your fingertips. What to search, what not to search, whether you are accessing the information that is useful to your career goal or not. That is what actually makes more matters most. So every time you cross question yourself, is this actually the time that I am spending at this moment is really helping me to reach the goal or not? If it is not, then you have to limit it. I'm not saying don't do that, limit it. If you are wasting your time on WhatsApp for 5 hours or Facebook on 5 hours, for 5 hours, or Instagram for 5 hours, then reduce it. I'm not saying no. It is important. We should have some entertainment, some knowledge, something like that. But you have to reduce it. And if it is useful to your career goal, you are a real maker or you are actually going to be a creative artist, then spend, increase it. Okay. So how do we actually decide whether to increase or decide on something that based on your goal? So goals have to be something like big. Okay. Everyone should laugh at your goal. The goal should be actually, if somebody is not laughing at your goal, then either goal does not exist or it is actually easy. So you should have a goal set for yourself, whether it is a technical goal or a business goal or anything, okay, and then start working towards it. So here the machine learning algorithm applied on the data of that particular steam turbine and then giving like a CEO that present electricity rates are down, let us not strain our equipment and break or kill. So you can actually choose between break or make. Okay, make or break.
But there's two options. One all about you could temperature fit show up. Now, what if I wanted to go in a much more immersive environment and have the twin help me understand the problem? How about I use one of these Microsoft HoloLens, which I suddenly...
So Microsoft HoloLens is a mixed reality equipment. MR, XR, AR, MR, I told you, no, that actually mixed reality equipment. You can immerse into the particular turbine and you can watch what is happening in the real world.
Found here.
Virtually, you can enter into the real.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this lens and look there. Let's make sure we get this to go. Right. What I would do there.
Those hand gestures are like the commands. Okay. The hand gestures are commands here. Voice input also can be given. So he is actually looking at the
You'll
plant
see the
right now.
Steam turbine appear. There it is in the audience. Now I can have the twin help me. Twin, open the steam turbine. Ah, okay. Twin, show me where the weir is.
So you can take a decision whether to continue to run this equipment or not. Okay. So I think we are left with 6 more minutes. If you someone has questions, I will answer. Otherwise, I have one last video that we would like to show you. Okay. So I the background. So a company announced that there will be recruiters coming and visiting your campus. Everyone is looking at the gate ready with the bouquets and shawls to welcome the guests. But to their surprise, no one has come, only the car has come. Then the placement officer has called to the particular company and asked, sir, you said some panel is coming and then what is happening? Nobody is there in the car. You don't worry about it. Actually, let a car drive itself to the interview center. Okay, rest it will manage. Don't worry about it. Are we actually talking about a Hollywood movie? Let us look at it.
The Brussels Motor Show, the biggest car event in Belgium, where all car brands show off their newest technologies. But it was Volvo who hijacked all the attention, with the first car that could recruit its own technicians. Volvo presents the recruiting car.
Ik ben de HR90. Ik ben op zoek naar onderhoudstechnici voor de Volvo fabriek in Gent.
200 job openings were announced on social media, inviting everyone to come and check out the first car that recruits its own engineers. To conduct the interviews, we tapped into the car's technology.
Welcome, Oliver. Glad to see you put on your blue shirt for the interview. Can you show me where my electric compressor is?
Sure. Here.
Please allow me to play some piano music to make you feel more comfortable. Tell me, why should I hire you?
I've been passionate about coding.
By applying AI, we could actually test social and technical skills and make unbiased evaluations of all applicants. These were sent to Volvo's HR managers for further interviews. Changing the conversation from cars to jobs got us national media attention.
Et l'entretien d'embauche sera d'abord mené par un véhicule et par son intelligence artificielle.
70% of all news coverage about the Brussels Motor Show was dedicated to Volvo. More than 1 in 2 Belgians was reached through PR coverage alone, leading to 300% more price requests. And the 200 vacancies, well, they were all filled.
That's what all the technologies that used here. One, image analytics. Okay. Second, the interactive, okay, AR, VR feature. Okay. Third, again, data here. It's a voice data or image data or anything. Third, the bias has been removed. It will recruit the people who are really, okay, knowledgeable, okay, to merit. Okay. So I told you to remind me about the singularity, which is a very, very important topic at this moment. And this is for next 100 years. Okay. It's not today. So I'm going to talk about next 100 years. So how rapidly the technology revolution is happening? Okay. From agriculture to the digital era, each leap has taken less time than the previous one. If you can watch this, I think that is not there in this presentation, looks like. Sorry for that. Yeah, here I think it looks like. So you can see here, let me take the zoom. What is the zoom? Magnify slide, right? Okay. See this, from agriculture to the digital era. Okay. The time taken from agriculture to industrial revolution, 8,000 years we took. This is an accelerated technological change. Okay. Then from inventing the light bulb, we took actually 120 years. For landing on the moon, we took 90 years. You know, the time taken from one revolution to the other revolution is too, compressive. Okay, compressing. And from internet, 22 years, from genome sequence, 9 years, something like that. So right now, there is a term called singularity. Okay. So there is a term called singularity. You can also see the technological, GPUs and PC, how actually has been accelerated. Okay. Now, let me talk about this. This is what more important in this context. Singularity refers to a hypothetical future point where artificial intelligence surpasses the human intelligence or human cognitive abilities. I repeat, it is an hypothetical future point where artificial intelligence surpasses the human brain. We will try to surpass the brain power of mouse in somewhere in 2010, 20 or 25. It is already now 25. Okay, it is happening, and then in next, it will surpass one human brain, and in 2045 it will surpass many human brains. This is called singularity. Okay, this is called singularity. So there is a person called Ray Kurzweil, who is the director of Google, ex-director of Google. He is the vice president of that Singularity University. That university is placed in California. They talk about future predictions. Their future predictions are 86% accuracy. See here. He's like a Nostradamus of our age, okay? Nostradamus or Veera Brahmendra Swami, 86% accurate. He predicts, when he predicts, everybody will laugh at him. But it comes into reality and the percentage is 86%. The accuracy rate is too much, okay? So he made several predictions in 1990s and all are becoming now real. He only made one project, this thing called singularity. It is still happening, okay, but it will happen. So you may be able to ask us like, no, sir, will robots and AI will take away our jobs, okay, and something like that, okay. Can anyone help me? Will robots and AI will take away our jobs? I want you to answer this because this is very important. Yes, you can answer. Can you answer? So right now, what is happening in the world? Your students' world. See this. Your parents, grandparents who are living in this area. Okay. Now myself, I'm actually here, and you are going to be here. So you want to stay relevant or irrelevant is only your choice. You have to take the different skill set. That's what actually I'm trying to make. Okay. So don't actually get to hook to your cell phones. Think that whether this is useful to your career goal or not, whether this is aligned, the time spent on this mobile or anywhere, okay, is going to help your goal or not. Okay. So as I said jokingly, like humans are hooked, machines are learning. You know better than me how machines are learning at this moment. Okay. So this is what happening in this moment. So with this, I'm done. If any questions, I will take. Otherwise, I'm done.
Any questions?
Yeah, we can spend some time on singularity, but actually some other session I have to take because it's actually long. It will take longer time than the given time. Okay, so I may not be able to fit into this. So how to build AI worker for industry? It's a RPA, robotic process automation, is the best example. AI worker. Okay, read about RPA. The RPA, cognitive RPA. Okay. See, there are three types of intelligence. One, assisted intelligence. Second, augmented intelligence. Third, artificial intelligence. Assisted intelligence in the sense, your typewriter used to be like no earlier in the banks, right? A typewriter was replaced by MS Office, Word, okay, Excel. So that is assisted intelligence. Now Gen AI is also helping us. Augmented intelligence, your washing machine, your AC, okay, you can switch on off actually right from the college itself while you are reaching home. Or the best example for augmented intelligence is your washing machine. Whether when to take water, hot water or cool water, or spin, wash, okay, dry, something like that. So there is a PLC, no, electronic students can appreciate this. There is a PLC pre-programmed firmware is loaded. That firmware is now, okay, with some cognitive abilities. If there is any intruder, like a rat is coming and then interrupting the mission, then it will stop automatically and give us the warning. Okay, something like that. This is the augmented intelligence. Then autonomous intelligence. So as I said, assisted intelligence, augmented intelligence, and autonomous intelligence. Autonomous intelligence or artificial intelligence both comes actually hand in hand. Autonomous intelligence will give you autonomy to decide. Okay, I'll quote an example. Okay, AI agents and agentic AI example. Example. when you when you want to reach your office, you have actually opened your Google app and then typed actually from place to the destination. Okay, then it shows that 30 minutes it will take. So if you ask AI agent to do something, it is a closed loop. It will actually executes and they say that 30 minutes it will take. But if you ask agentic AI will do, okay, that there is a meeting or there is a class at 10 o'clock, you have to start at 9:15 because 30 minutes it will take from your home to office or home to college. And then it also books the cab. So it does everything. Agentic AI does everything. Okay, it actually gives you timing, coordination, orchestration. Orchestration layer in the agentic AI is very important. I will actually take one session on this AI agents and agentic AI somewhere because the time is not going to help us. I'm just giving you a Google example. Okay, agentic only AI agent will do the task. It's a task master. It's a open loop. Agentic AI is a closed loop. It does everything. It also books cab. It also checks your calendar, whether you are free or not. You have a class, you have a meeting, okay? You have a program or something like that. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, RPA with generative AI integration. Yes, generative AI integration everywhere you can do. RPA with cognitive abilities. Okay? The high level of RPA is cognitive RPA. Good question, Ravi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the talk on beats the boats. It's like an okay talk. It's like an introductory session.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All the best.
Yes, sir. Finally, I would like to express our sincere thanks to all the participants who are involved, active involvement and enthusiastic participation for the today's session. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for the hackathon. And one more announcement, all of you kindly fill the feedback form.